Okay, we're live. So, quick live stream. Wait for someone to get here. Just gonna sit here. We're gonna be showing y'all how to tie a big game into our saltwater rig. So, once you know how to tie this rig, you can literally catch big redfish, big black drum, maybe even a shark on it. We're gonna wait for someone to come in. I just started, so it's gonna take a little bit for someone to see it or get the notification. Okay, so if you're in the stream, could you type something in the chat to let me know you're here so we can go ahead and get started? Oh, 2 people it says. So we're gonna be tying. I should make a crappie rig. Maybe in another stream. I'm gonna hopefully start doing more of these rigs streams. But what we're gonna do is start off with 65-pound braid for our leader, and we're just trying a quick inshore big game saltwater rig. These are all the materials you're gonna need. Oh, let me just flip the camera angle. These are all the materials. We have a line sleeve, I think a 3/0 circle hook, a 150-pound swivel, and then 3 3/8 ounce weights. And the first thing you're gonna do for this rig, you could catch a big black drum, big redfish, and win a shark. So we're gonna start off with our 65-pound braid, and we're gonna cut about, if you can see, that's about 2 feet of it right there. So we're just gonna cut it right there, just like that. Now you're done with the line. You don't need any more of that. So now you have a average sized rig right here. It's about 2 feet, and to attach the hook, what we're going to do, you can actually do a longer leader or a shorter leader, just whatever your preference is. I probably should have done a little bit longer so that I can also have some room to tie the actual knot. But along the circle hook, you can tie any knot you want. You can tie a uni knot, polymer knot. But I think I'm actually going to do a snell knot really quick, if I can remember how. Okay, so for a snell knot, basically going to have it around this and make a loop just like that against the actual shank of the hook. Grab it right here and start wrapping a bunch of times. This is a uni knot snell. There's multiple ways to snell a hook. Trying to get it through. I also don't have a lot of tagging to work with, so it's just a quick instructional live stream how to tie a saltwater rig. Because in my big setup, I also use it for gar, and I constantly have to keep switching off between gar rigs and saltwater rigs. So this is just a thing to show you so you can have a pre-tied rig just tied directly onto the swivel and you're good to go. It's 5 loops, I think. I don't know. I wasn't counting. But as you can see, we're just wrapping it around the hook. And that is 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's 5. And then, okay. With a uni knot, you can do 5 or 6. It looks like I've done actually 6. Now what we're going to do is once you have it wrapped around the shank like that, see if it's, there we go. What you're going to do is just grab that tag end and pull tight. Just like this. Pull it tight, and then grab the main line, pull it just like that. Now you have a snelled hook, if it'll focus. I don't think. Snelled. The lighting's bad, I know. Snelled hook, just like that. Clip the tag end. Yeah, but like I said, you can use this rig from anything, for bull redfish, slot redfish, big black drum, sharks if you wanted, but I'd recommend wire for that. Literally any fish. And now you have that. Just a circle hook to about now 1.5 to 2 foot of 65-pound braid leader. Now what we're going to do is this line sleeve. We're going to attach it right here so the weight is not I'm actually doing 3 weights. You could actually just do like a 2-ounce egg sinker, but I don't have one of those. So you can attach 3. It's basically going to be kind of like a knocker rig. And you're just going to attach this line sleeve onto it. There's the line sleeve. It's very small. Tiny. You don't need anything big. Just enough to go on the line. Like that. Oh no. There we go. Put it on the line. And then just slide it down to the hook, and that's just going to prevent the weight from banging up against it. So now instead of the weight hitting it and maybe making that knot slip, it'll hit that. And that'll also keep the weight a little farther from the hook so it doesn't get caught up against it. And the point in this rig is so the weight can sit on the bottom, but the hook can float kind of off a little, or can drift. And then once it hits that swivel, it'll stop. And that'll keep the bait in one place. And if you have enough weight, it'll hold it down. So the weight can be separate from the hook, and when a fish bites it, it won't get spooked. Now we're just going to feed all 3 weights through, just down. You see how it hits that instead of the hook? Keeps it separate, especially for a snell. You don't want it up against that hook because then it can create issues. And I'm going to do it in camera. Now we're just going to run the leader through that weight. I want to make sure it's straight like that so that you can... Kind of hard sometimes, but there you go. Now you just feed it all the way through the weight. Just like that. Now just grab it. Boom. This is the rig I normally use, and you can see sometimes it can be a pain to constantly put on and off. So once this is pre-rigged, I can switch off between big gar rig and saltwater rig I'm just gonna attach the swivel now. And then I'll just have to put this, and the swivel will be right here, attached to the line. And then the hook will be on the end. It's about 1.5 feet, 2 feet long. And then once it's on the bottom, like this, let me make a demonstration. It's on the bottom, see that? And then the hook can just slide away, and the weights will sit on the bottom, maybe like in between a rock. And then once you roll it in, that hook will hit it, and the weights should come right back up. You're not going to get snagged a ton with this, but it's still possible if it's like where you're fishing is really rocky. Now what we're going to do is attach our swivel with you can do a uni knot or polymer knot. Personally, I prefer a uni knot. And we're just going to tie it on 5 or 6 wraps. I do usually 6. On that snow, I did 5, but... Here we go. Just like that. And now, once it's not look something like that, then you pull the tag in tight, and that'll cinch it down. And then you pull the main line, and it'll slide right up against there snug. You can lick the knot or just wet it to kind of lubricate it to make it slide easier. Then you just cut the tag in. There we go. Tag end. Now you can quickly have this in your tackle box, and say you go saltwater fishing, but you have a gar rig tied on your big setup, which I do right now. Then you come over, cut that off. Instead of having to do all these steps and take 5 to 10 minutes trying to rig up, you just tie one knot onto this, cast this out, and you're ready to go. You don't need a ton of leader. Sometimes you can use more, sometimes you can use less. But 65-pound braid, that is not going to snap. And then that line sleeve will keep it from hitting the hook, preventing tangles, so that it can just drift away really easily. And yeah, that was just a quick 10-minute live stream of showing you guys how to tie saltwater fishing rig for big game. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next live stream. And let me know if you want any more of these instructional lives.